Welcome to a session I am calling Verticalates, which means that 95% of this session is going to be accomplished through standing. There will be some push-ups that we incorporate in between 3 separate vertical sequences. So you just need a mat, and we're going to start in a standing position. Rolling the shoulders, always a great place to start. Up, back, around, and down. A vertical session is really great for strengthening our core and our joints and our hips and knees and ankles. There will be a lot of single-sided balancing. Inhale to lift the arms up and exhale to lower down. I'm just putting a little bend in the knees as I lift the arms up. And we'll place hands on the hips. Just some warm-up moves here. Find your balance on one leg. Lift the opposite foot a few inches from the ground. Let's circle that ankle 8 times one direction and then reverse. Move into some footwork, some pointing and flexing. Get those toes involved. And some rotations, external, internal rotation. Outwards and inwards. Oh good, my personal trainer Luna is here to make sure I'm doing everything right. And then some knee bends and extensions. So bend the knee, lift the foot, and exhale, extend the leg down. Maybe you can maintain that balance, or if you need to tap the toes down to the ground, that's a-okay. I'm going to turn to the side for this pendulum swing, allowing the leg to feel heavy, pulling out of that hip socket. You can always hold on to something if you need extra balance support, or allow those arms to swing along with the pendulum leg. Let's move to the second side. Find your balance, and leg number 2 floats above the ground for those 8 circles, and switch direction. Pointing and flexing, get the arch and the heel and the toes all participating. Accentuate that movement in the foot. Keep the foot flexed, and let's externally and internally rotate that entire leg up into the hip socket, down to the heel. Bend the knee and extend the leg. Bend and stretch. Great hip strengthener. Try to focus on keeping your balance. And moving into that pendulum. Either holding on to a chair or a wall to keep your balance, or allowing those arms to just sway along with the leg. Groovy. Okay. Moving into a twist. Try to keep the legs together and pulse as you twist, looking behind you, and then some single twists. Let's move into a side bend now, dropping one hand to the bottom leg, top arm reaching up and overhead, looking down to the ground or up to the sky. I'm just tapping that bottom shoulder before transitioning to the other side. Breathe into the side body. Keep the big toes, the ball of the big toe planted, and then just a little shoulder stretch, reaching down to the bottom shoulder and then up and overhead. Come to the center, legs together, both hands to the back of the head, and let's drop one elbow to that same side hip and switch and switch. Opening up through the side body. Excellent. Let's release those arms with some jazzy shoulders and move into our first vertical sequence, bringing the leg in front of the body. Parallel legs, pointed toes. We're going to lift that one leg into a controlled lift or kick, maybe hip height, 8 times, and then start to draw circles. You can switch the arms into a T shape if you prefer. Reverse the circles. You'll feel a lot of work in that supporting leg as well. Let's switch sides. Leg number 2, establish your balance and try those leg lifts. Try not to lean back or stick the bum out as the leg lifts. Try to keep your neutral alignment. Feel how the low abdominals participate to lift the weight of that leg, moving into circles. And then the other direction. And a graceful release. We're just going to bend one knee, then the other. Call this the Jane Fonda. Just a little transition move before our next exercise here. And we're going to bend the knee and hold on to that bent knee, and then straighten the arms and legs. It is like our single leg stretch and our double leg stretch from vertical. And if we can try a little rounded motion, we'll bend the knee and reach down for that ankle and then reach up. So a little bit more flexion. Side number 2. Take the leg in front and the arms reaching forward, and just establish catching that knee as it bends, and then reaching the arm as the leg extends. So a catch and a reach. And if we want to try a little bit lower, reaching for that ankle, we're going to bend or fold into that bending knee a little deeper. And release. Excellent job. Let's bring heels together, toes apart. Try a little heel raising moment, working on those calves. And then we'll keep that external rotation alternating in between. So lift the heels, then kick one leg. Lift both heels, kick the other leg. Calf raise and kick. Calf raise and kick. Arms can open to a T shape, palms forward. Working through inner thighs. Try to keep the heels popped and float the arms up and overhead. Graceful dismount. Wonderful. Come to the back of your mat. We're going to move into our first push-up interval. Raise arms up to the sky in a slow motion dive forward over those legs into a forward bend. Looking forward, walk the hands out. Come into your plank pose. You can always keep the knees down or keep the legs straight. Inhale, bend the elbows. Exhale, push the shape of that plank up to the top. Inhale, bend, and exhale, push. Only 3 of these until we plank the hips high to the sky, downward dog. Walking hands back, forward bend. Bend the knees, roll up through the spine. Come to standing tall. Moving into our second sequence of vertical Pilates. Leg to the side with this one. Arms can reach out to the side, and we're going to start with that pendulum, crossing over the body and sweeping the leg to the side. And the arms are going along with. Try to hold that leg to the side, T arms, and give me 8 count pulse with the leg. And we're going to circle that leg. Hands can move to the hips. Reverse the direction. Keep breathing and establishing your tall posture. And bend and stretch. You're going to bend that leg, pull it into the center, and straighten it back out again. See if you can keep the balance going and add the arm coordination. When you bend the knee, both knees bent, and then both legs straighten as you open the arms to a T shape. In and out, low and high. Stay in the center with that one knee bent and floated, and let's pulse it out 8 times. Interlace the hands, push forward. Happy thoughts. Yay. Nice and tall. Bend that knee up a little higher and release. Let's do the same thing on side number 2, hands on the hips. And find that pendulum. Cross and lift. Go with that momentum. We're going to use our strength and focus to stop it. Keep that leg out to the side, nice and still, and move into your pulses 8 times, T-shape arms. This leg moves into a circle, hands on hips. More abdominals if you can engage them. Pull them into the navel. Switch the direction of the circles. And bend and stretch. Bend the knee to the center and straighten it out to the side. Arms are in a T shape, and we're going to add the coordination of those arms coming in as both knees bent and out to a T as that leg extends to the side. Inhale, bend, exhale, reach, low and high, in and out. And now keep that leg into the center, keep your balance. Let's pulse it out 8 times like a single leg squat. You can do it. Reach the arms to the sky, lift that knee and foot a little higher, and release. Good job. Wide legs, drop the hips and pelvis down, just shifting side to side. Drop one shoulder, twisting the trunk of the body, look over that opposite shoulder. Switch. Come to the center, open the arms into a T shape with fingertips up. Hold that position for a moment, that goddess pose. Straighten the legs and pop the heels as arms lift to the sky. Great, let's release. Internally rotate the legs now so heels are wider, knees are turned in, and we're going to do those calf raises in our internal rotation. Let's bring hands to the top of the head, keep your posture going. And then stretch the arms all the way up, maybe even looking up, standing back bend. And release the arms and roll the shoulders. Step to the back of your mat. Let's get ready for another roll down into that plank pose. Reach the arms up, bring the hands to the hips, and let's fold forward into a hinge this time. And the hinge moves into a forward fold over the legs. Release the neck, drop the head. Breathe into the back of the legs, and the back body. Walk the hands forward into your plank pose. Round 2 of 3 perfect push-ups. Inhale to bend the elbows. Exhale to push to the top. When you exhale, let's lift those abdominals as well. Pike the hips high to the sky. And walk the hands back to the toes. Back into your forward fold from standing. Be upside down for a moment. Breathe into your new perspective. And try to hinge yourself back up again. Lifting the chest, using those glutes and hamstrings, coming back into standing. I'm going to stay facing the side because we're going to take the leg back behind us now. Pull the abdominals in, reach the arms forward, shift your weight forward enough that you can find your single leg balance. Bend the elbows and that floating leg into the center, and then reach out. Inhale, bend, exhale, reach. Bend and reach. Your supporting leg has a soft knee. Keep the arms reached forward and just pulse that back leg 8 times. Hands on hips as we circle that back leg. And reverse the direction. Bring that leg back in. Let's switch sides. Take the leg behind you, find your balance. Reach the arms forward, palms facing in, and bend and stretch. Bend everything in, reach everything away. In and out. Inhale and exhale. Keep a nice, smooth, controlled pace. Concentrate on a focus point. Let's keep that back leg straight as we pulse 8 times. Supporting leg has a soft knee. Hands on hips as we circle that back leg. And reverse. Whew, bring it back to the center. Hard work, good stuff. Let's go back to the first side. Take the leg behind you. Find your balance. Reach your arms, this time palms facing down, and we're going to do the swimming arms where they flutter up and down, up and down. At first, keep your back leg still. Now keep the arms still and just pulse that back leg. Now we're going to try to put those two together, finding the swimming arms and the pulsing back leg. Good luck. Coordination challenge. And release. Okay, switch to the other side. Take the leg behind you, establish the balance, lift the abdominals, and the arms forward, thumbs up. So now we're starting our swimming, fluttering arms, up and down, up and down. Try to maintain your balance and then keep the arms still as the back leg pulses. Put those two moves together. Pulsing leg, swimming arms, strong in the core. Woohoo! Nice job. Good work. Almost there. Moving into our final moves here. Around the world is this next one. Establish the balance, reaching the back leg above the ground, and then move it to the side, and the front, and the side, and the back. See if you can keep that leg floating the whole time, or if you need to tap the toes down at any point, of course that works as well. And you'll see I'm leaning a little bit forward to accommodate that leg reaching behind me. We'll sweep the leg forward and back 8 times, and then add a bend in the knee. So it bends into the back, bends into the side, bends into the front, and bends back to the side. And again. Back, in, side, in, front, in, and side. Woohoo! Wonderful. What a superstar. Let's switch it over to the second side. Back leg behind you, establish your balance, soft pointed toes, and we go around the world. Sweep it side and front, side and back. Keep your chest and collarbone lifting up, but allow for a little bit of a shift of the weight forward when the leg sweeps back behind you. We have 8 of these, and then we're going to add the bend of the knee. Bend in, reach back, bend in, reach side, bend in, reach front, bend in, reach side. 2 times. And hold to the side, jazz hands, stretch the arms, and release. Good job. Bringing the hands just behind you now as if the palms are pushing the hips forward. We're going to do some revolutions here, sending the hips forward, side, and back. Forward, side, and back. And then the other direction. Finishing off with a number 4 balance. Great for the hips and glutes. We're going to cross one leg over the other with a wide knee to the side. If you have something like a pole or a door or something you can hold on to, I love this stretch with the ability to sit back into the hips, because then you get the stretch in the arms and shoulders and back as well. But feel free to add a challenge by holding on to that bottom leg, finding a focus point, looking down, keeping the top foot flexed, and then releasing. Let's take the other leg, ankle across the opposite thigh, knee wide to the side. You can certainly establish this without holding on to anything. I will hold on to the pole to sit back a little lower, a little deeper, bending that supporting knee a little further. And if you want to try with the extra challenge, you can bring your hands to that supporting leg, the shin, the ankle, the calf, focusing on a point on the floor, and then come right back up to standing. We get to finish off with one more set of push-ups. Yay! Good news is there's only 3. So let's roll down those legs, chin to chest. Take your time. Establish your forward bend. You can move one leg, then the other. Bring your hands to the mat, walk them out into plank. Feel free to hold plank and breathe with happy thoughts, or modify your plank with happier thoughts. Or keep the legs straight and let's add those 3 push-ups. Inhale, bend, exhale, press. Inhale, bend, exhale, press. Come to the top of your plank and pike into downward dog. Drop heels. Lengthen through the arms. And then resting the knees, let's find child's pose. Forehead down, sitting to heels. Be supported by the ground, by the earth. You did a lot of standing and balancing and coordinating. Good job, everybody. Nice work. We shall see you next time.